oopsies. Before this video begins, this is going to be a role play, but I need your support to do these videos. So that is what the link in the description below is for, TonyBomboni.com. So you click that link, check it out, book yourself a service today, and I will shout your first name out in the beginning of a video if you book a 30-minute or longer with me. So what are you waiting for? I can't wait to see you there. Hi, welcome to the garden store. My name is Tony. At any time you need help, let me know, okay? You need some help? Awesome, that's what I'm here for. Okay. A garden project, okay. Do you want to tell me what kind of garden project this is for exactly? Okay. So you're starting off small. All right. For you then, I would recommend, since you're a beginner, try planting first in pots before you begin to go into the whole raised garden bed stuff, because that's, even greenhouses, that's advanced stuff, and that takes a while to learn, because I don't want you to, start off big and then be disappointed when your plants die, Like a lot of people come in here thinking, oh, I saw a YouTuber do a DIY and I think I'm going to buy $1,000 garden and start it. And then if you don't know what you're doing, they forget to water it too, right? A lot of times people just set up the garden the first time. They invite a few friends over to show their new garden, and then they totally neglect it. Yeah, it's so sad. So I always say to people, if you're not serious, don't do it, okay? All right, so I can make you some recommendations. Would you like to start with fake flowers at first? I can show you. This is one of many of our wide arrangement of fake plants for those who just want the look without having to do the work. Yeah, this is lavender. It is quite fragile though. That's the only downside, is if it lands in enough sunlight, it will start to wither away when you touch it, so just don't touch it. Okay, but they have a very strong and sturdy pot. The good news is, once this completely withers away, there is this foamy material that you can remove. So you can basically strip this whole thing out. You puncture it, because it's just made of styrofoam, and you can actually end up using this as a whole completely new pot for plants, okay? Yes, it has a spongy material, so it can actually evaporate if you put too much water without molding. So it's kind of like a dual one. Yeah. All right. So just a suggestion, if you're not wanting to lift a finger, and a lot of people do get hurt while gardening too, myself included. I'm quite an artisan at this. Been doing it a long time. But even I make mistakes and have to go through quite a lot of bandages. Yeah, it's no fun. It's no fun. All right, but what's the first thing you're wanting? We have a bit of everything having to do with the gardens, greenhouses, floral arrangements, anything. Just tell me, I'll show you. You want a watering spout, a watering container? Okay, let's see. I'm currently having everything you probably need right here, actually. As we speak, I just need to reorganize my stuff so I can find it, okay? So just give me a second while I look through my container. Do you mind the color? You don't give a crud. I love your honesty. Green. Okay, this is a 7-liter or 2-gallon watering container. Okay, so you can fill it up. I recommend you don't fill it up higher than this, because when you carry it, it's going to pour out here and here. But this is a pretty lengthy spout so that it can reach in the hard to reach places. And it's just enough weight to where you don't kill your wrist, your arm, your back trying to lift it, okay? If you don't like heavy weights, max a gallon, okay? Alrighty. Yeah, this is by Southern Patio, and it will do you pretty well. It even has a sturdy support backing here, like a heel. So yeah, this is only $4. Yeah. I know it used to be only $3, but you know how things are now. Yeah, but it has many holes at the end, so it will, trust me, that will do the job pretty good. You need gloves now? Okay, would you like to try regular gloves with a thick, firm grip? Or would you like to try clawed gloves, where it can actually dig for you without having to use the tool? You would like to see our normal gloves first? Okay, so these are nitrile coated 3 pairs of tough working gloves. They're breathable and they dry extremely fast. Okay, I can open it up and show you. Absolutely. You want to try it on? Here. Here's one for you, and I'll try one on myself just to show and demonstrate how amazing these are. So look how much they stretch. They slip right on. It's not that hard to slip on glove. And this fabric you can pull over pretty far down your arm. I recommend you do to avoid cuts, bruises, so you protect yourself while you're doing yard work. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty good grip. Yes, this, you can pull weeds with it. It will not be damaged, especially if you pull weeds between concrete. I know the fingertips tend to scrape that concrete quite often. This will not get damaged or obstructed, okay? All right, and it will not obstruct your workflow, meaning it's not those thick gloves. Those aren't gardening gloves in the first place, but it's not those thick construction gloves where they're so fat that you can't even pull a weed or do much of anything, right? You don't know what you're looking for. Okay, can I show you and then maybe you tell me what you would like? That can work for you. So I happen to have this metallic twine that can tighten the fencing around your garden if needs be. That way you don't run into issues when you are making attempts to secure your future garden, and you don't want the rabbits, squirrels, birds, snakes, reptiles, gators getting in. Yeah, this is really sturdy. It's $3 per roll. A roll is approximately, for one garden, like a small size garden, yeah. Well, a small size garden is usually just a small garden, some garden at the side of someone's house. A medium garden would look pretty much like covering half your property. A large garden would be one whole entire property and several properties / acres. Yeah, so realistically, you probably are starting small because you're a beginner, so one should be enough. $3. You want one? Okay. I say save it. You never know when you're going to need it. Keep it all in one area. Okay. Everyone's starting to plant now because food is so pricey, so you never know when there's going to be a missing item or two. So I would just buy it now while it's still affordable. So this is a spray bottle for your pots. So it's very tiny and convenient. Beautiful color too. So get just in those places you need. This goes for $2. And we have 10% off if you buy $50 or more worth of goodies here, okay? So you'd like to go with the gloves? Yeah, sorry, the gloves were $7.99 for 3. Okay, so I can show you this. This is our cool new innovative feature. This is a plastic pot that from a distance looks like clay, so no one will know the difference. And you can see the bottom. This is not a lid, but it will hold the base of your pot in place. You just simply turn it in place like such. You lock it in place and it will hold any excess water that you put in, okay? Yeah, because that way it breathes, the plant doesn't, grow mold. That's something even beginners overlook. It's like even potted plants are not that simple. This is why I say I recommend you work on a potted plant first before an actual garden, because if you don't know how much to water a plant, you're going to overwater your garden. Yeah, what happens is the roots tend to mold away. Yeah, so it's not good. That can happen to trees too. Baby trees, if you're not aware and careful. So, well, that's why you come here to learn. So this is an extra large one. It's a nice teal color, sort of like the wall. And this is for bigger projects. This goes for $5. It's very light. And there are always holes in the bottom so that excess liquid can flow. And then this one is also $5. More of a nice design. It's just a simple planter, but no holes in the bottom. So these are more for plants that can take on a lot of water. So make sure to do that research. We also have here our newest edition of growing dahlias in our painted clay pots. So this one has been growing for about 3 months now. Next month it's ready to, or next month or two, by May or June, it's ready to start sprouting flowers. So it's you plant it in January, and you January, February, and then you put it outside in May. So you make sure you have like a nice patio greenhouse to grow it in outdoors, okay? Or I guess indoors if you live in the swamp. And then this is also our newest addition. We have some marigolds here. This, as you can see on the side, has this drip area so that excess water, moisture can evacuate. And this is also a striped pot container. Nice for your small to medium projects. Then we have our salvias. These are growing the same time as the dahlias, and also ready next month to be planted. They got big, but see the mold risk? That's not actually mold. It's just developed over time. So you just want to water it carefully. How do you test? You put your finger in the soil, and if it's moist, do not bother watering it. If it's dry, water it. That's how you avoid a problem. But these clay pots typically do get that white pasty film. All you do is get a wet sponge, clean it right off. It's not a big deal. It's more a chalky film. Yeah. Okay, so we have some zinnia flowers if you would like. So it produces an abundance of 2 to 3 inch double flowers in shades of rose, red, white, yellow, orange, magenta, soft pink from summer to frost. The semi-dwarf plants mature 18 to 24 inch tall, sturdy stems, ideal for beds, borders, cottage gardens, and container gardens. So this has 88% madder, 12% zinnias. So it's not all zinnias, okay? But basically, you water the plants at the base of the stems and you remove the faded flowers to extend the bloom season. So when you sow them outside in a sunny location with well-drained fertile soil in early spring after frost has passed. So when the last frost goes away from the winter, the cold. You roughen the soil surface with 3 inches depth and remove the weeds. Shake the packet, distribute them evenly over the area, rake in the seeds lightly, not to exceed 1/4 of an inch depths. And you tap it down by rolling or walking over the area. And you have to keep the area moist for 4 to 6 weeks consistently. They'll germinate in 10 days or less in normal growing conditions. It can also be sown in containers, so it's easy to plant. Just apply water, all natural mixture of semi-dwarf, pumila, mixed color zinnias. These go for $5 because you do get quite a lot. You can fill a whole small garden with that one. And then we also offer some all-natural garlic for you to plant. So you just remove the piece of garlic and you make sure that the green stem is pointed up so that the plant can bloom. Have you ever tried growing onions in like a cup of water or something like that? Yeah, it's just as easy and straightforward. We sell one of these for $1. And then we have our seed container, which we have 100 different seeds. In this one, we have herbs, vegetables, and flowers. And I can even tell you, if you ask which one is good for which month. Oh yeah, by the way, here are the clawed gloves. So these are gloves that have fingernails to them. Yes. So these will dig right through the soil. This is not as thick as the nitrile gloves, but you don't need it to when this will be thick enough to get through any surface you need. And I know they look ridiculous, but trust me, these are good. Okay, so here is our seed box. So I actually have some of the seeds taken out because I'm just doing some reorganizing and just figuring out which is for which month, and we have some of them planted. So we do not sell the box, but we do sell the individual seed packets for 50 cents each. So we have a ton of different ones. Let me know if you want any. You want to look at the flowers? Okay, you seem like a flower person more than a food person then. Well, some flowers are edible. Did you know? So we have ageratum. It's a blue mink. Chinese aster, a unicum mix, a Chinese aster of comet mix, pompon mix, and then we have cineraria diamonds. Yeah, most people haven't heard of those. We have dahlias, just like I showed you, the pompon mix. We have marigolds, tall crackerjack mix, and small petite orange. We have morning glories. We have nasturtium, which I just planted outside if you saw at the front. And we have a double gleam as well. We have also planted night scented stock. Petunia, hybrid mix. Those are very fragile and just, you have to use that spray bottle to water them. We have salvias, blaze of fire, which I also just showed you in the pot. Garden giant sunflowers and sun golds, which I planted as well. We have sweet pea cuthbert sun mix, viola Swiss giant mix, planted those as well. And we also have zinnia elegance mix and lilliput. So we have zinnias of these hybrid as well. If you do not want to go with those $5, you save some money by buying these 2 for $1. Yeah, so I can tell you absolutely. Well, these zinnias that are cheaper on this manual, you cannot plant outside. You have to plant them indoors at 22 degrees Celsius first, and then in the month of April, this month, you plant them 5 centimeters deep in soil. So, I'm sorry, forgive me. You planted now indoors, okay, in April. And then in somewhere between July through October, when they're ready, you can plant them outside. Yes, so these take more work. They do require sunlight to partial sunlight. And you do want to plant each seed grouping 40 centimeters apart. But they should grow to about, the lilliputs will be 55 centimeter tall. The elegance mix will be 80. Yes. Okay. You want to look at the sunflowers? The garden giants? Those you can directly plant outside this month or in May, 4 centimeters deep, full sunlight, 25 to 30 centimeters apart, 25 between each side to side, 30 centimeters between other plants. Right. Because a lot of these flowers, people don't realize, like marigolds, they will actually change the chemical composition of the soil they are in. So if you plant them too closely to other plants, they'll die. Depends what it is. If they're huge like trees, not a big deal. But if they're next to other new species and they don't like the soil changing, yeah, they're going to wither away. Okay. All right. So you plant these April, May, and then they're ready July through September. It just depends, and they'll be about 30 centimeter tall or so. Yeah. They're going to be taller. Sometimes it just depends. This is more like when to expect maturity, and that's the approximate height, okay? So, yeah, I can show you the salvias. So the salvias I just showed you, if you need a refresher. Yep. Those indoors, it was actually between February and March, so it hasn't been that long, but it feels like an eternity. And then actually in June, they're ready to be planted outside. So they take a long time. Between June and October, actually. Full sunlight, 5 centimeter deep, 25 centimeter apart from plants. They'll grow 30 centimeter tall. You don't want to check out the dahlias? No. Yeah, the nasturtium. You want those plants? Okay. All right, let's see. I don't think we have any on file here, but I'll describe to you. 1 centimeter deep, April through May. Full sunlight, 40 centimeters by 30 centimeters from other plants. And they'll grow 30 centimeters around June through October. Okay, so I can actually look at the other flowers for you if you'd like. Go ahead and check that out now and organize these. So we have the zinnia lilliputs. These are 0.5 grams. You want to try those out? Okay, I'll put those aside for you. And you want the elegance mix too? It's only $1 for 2. We have the tall marigold Cracker Jacks mix. 1 gram of these. Cineraria diamonds. Those are pretty. This is 0.1 gram. So you want to be careful. So Sometimes you open it and the wind blows your seeds away. They're so small. All right, these are the coriander, the zucchini. Give me a second. Barb chard beets, peppers, peas, parsley, bok choy, onion. You want to try some onion? Lettuce, garden rocket, beans, cucumbers, cabbage, celery, carrots, Brussels, radish, asparagus. No, these are all the other ones. Let's check these ones out. Give me a second. Thank you. We're doing a lot of work today. I'm working a 10-hour shift, just trying to reorganize everything back to its original place. Sweet peas, basil. Sure you don't want to try some herbs? Basil, they're very easy to grow. Lavender. You want the lavender? Okay. Yeah, true lavender. 0.1 grams. Yep, they're all 50 cents. All of them. There's the Chinese aster mix. You want to try that one? Do you want the giant comet? I mean, get them all. They're cheap. Pompon mix. I'll throw that one in for you. We have chamomile. So many cool different ones. Let me see. Tomato. Watermelon. We have several different types of peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers. So many. We have dill. We have cherry tomatoes, eggplants, cauliflower. Squash. Pumpkin. Lemon balm. Lettuce. Beets. Spinach. Everyone's going to be jealous of your garden, your future garden. Broccoli. Corn. Sweet pepper. Artichoke. Leek. All right, looks like that's all we have in stock. So we'll give you these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at $3.50. Let's add up the total. 5. You wanted this? Okay, no. 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 25, 27. You said you wanted these? Okay. 30. Did you want any of the big containers? Okay. So that's 40. So you want to round up your purchase $10 more of stuff. $50, you get 10%, so you're back to $40. All you need to do is buy $10 more of stuff. It's the same price as you pay now. You want more seeds? I recommend you try some veggies. You want some asparagus, beans? Okay, so you're going to need to buy 20 different seeds. All right? Well, yeah, with tax, of course, it's going to end up being $45, but better than $55, $60. You want some black radish? It's a Spanish radish. Cabbage. Carrots. Even if you don't use it, just keep it. It can be a tradable good. I'll give you separate types of carrots. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Celery. You want me to use my intuition? Okay. Cucumbers. 12. 13. I'll get you some fennel. 14. different variety. Get your melon, onion, pak choy, and parsley. There's your 20 plus 7, 27 seeds. You already got a fourth of the container, see? You have a whole collection. All right, well, there you go. Yes, Patrice will check you out at the front, okay? Thank you so much for coming in. All right, you have a blessed rest of your day. You too. Bye-bye now.